is the reserve area of 3-7 Marines in Korea, 1951. We're holed up for the winter, dug bunkers, and actually had little heaters made out of mortar shells. Used fuel oil and kept quite warm. Had to share those huts with the rats though. This is Hill 1052 in the background. A very well-known piece of property for the Marines. We get that, then we have controlling factor of all the country around it. This is one of our mortar corporals and taking a break. This is another shot of Hill 1052. Show you how big that hill was and what a controlling factor it was for the area. This is another one of our mortar crew. I believe he was from New Jersey, I'm not sure. Good man though. The individual on the far right is Corporal Flynn, if I remember correctly, and the one in the immediate background is Corporal White. The two individuals in the front are some of the local people that we use to haul mortars and ammunition. The individual on the left is Sergeant Dostoevsky, and White, the one on the right, you've already been introduced to, and the one in the center is the New Jersey individual. Ski later became a captain on the fire department in Escondido, California. This is my home away from home. I said normally you don't have the luxury of this. You either sleep on a tarp or shelter half, something of that nature. Very, very makeshift. We got Sikorsky helicopters coming in, getting ready for an operation. We made many, many runs on Sikorsky. That's the only type plane we had at that time. Now this is a little different shot of our living quarters. And down front you'll see a lot of case shells, 81 mortars. That's going to be spent up tonight probably. These are 81 mortar shells. You have heavies and lights. These particular ones are the heavies. And a mortar is designed to fire from desolate into indesolate areas. In other words, you can shoot from the bottom side of a hill to the bottom side of the other side of the hill. They make very little noise. This is yours truly and one of the gun crew cleaning an 81 mortar tube, getting ready for another mission tonight. The individual on the left is Sergeant Jones from Maine. He actually fell heir to a chain of Chinese restaurants. The man on the right is George Hammond from Ohio. You see Sergeant Jones and Sergeant Hammond, again, they're facing each other. The individual on the left is Myanmar, and that's White on the extreme right. This is yours truly with a captured Chinese water-cooled machine gun, but there was a shortage of water, so they normally would use urine to cool those things, and it was not a very pleasant situation to be around. This young man is from Kankakee, Illinois. I remember that clearly, and I believe that's his buddy on the right down there also from Kankakee. The individual on the left is the one from Kankakee holding an M1 carbine. That was our basic TO weapon for a mortar company or a mortar platoon, and that's Corporal White on the right again. He's also got a carbine across his lap. Now this again is part of our 81 mortar crew. You see Corporal White on the right. I can't recall the two names of the other individuals, but you notice behind the individual standing up a lot of boxes, wooden boxes that are filled with dirt, used as part of our parapet around the bunker. Getting ready for a mount out, getting rid of all the trash and burning the garbage and everything, and getting ready to get on a chopper. So this little guy is actually a Korean orphan. He lived with us in the mortar platoons, and his name was Kim Young Kway. It's my understanding he later became a general in the Korean Army. This is yours truly again We got choppers coming in. There's actually one directly over my head. You can't see it from your angle, but it's there. Getting ready to go on an operation again. This is one of our bivouac areas. You'll see in the center of the picture over there, they've got a bathroom with no walls and bivouac area down below where they would sleep at night. Not too many comforts at home. Now on the right side of the picture you'll see an 81 mortar standing up complete. Bivouac in the center there, and then on the hill in the background, that's Hill 602. That also was a very, very well-known piece of property. In the far background you'll see like a squad tent. That was headquarters. That's where the company commander and his staff hung out. In the foreground you have just a regular bivouac area. This is my friend Sergeant Blinky Winstead. You'll see him again in some of the pictures later on in the presentation. He was in my crew in Korea and then again in Vietnam. Blinky had been in the Army and the Navy too prior to joining the Marine Corps. Now that again is Hill 602 in the background. Bivouac area down in front, and you can see some of the troops are drying their clothes. We probably had a little rain last night. Now this individual is Sergeant Stewart from Hammond, Indiana. He was with us the entire stay that I was in Korea. Getting ready for another operation. We're getting ready to mount out. This is Sergeant Jones again. He's on the field telephone talking to somebody, I don't know who. And in the foreground you'll see his carbine and canteen hanging on the side of the bunker as well. This is the mortar crew gathered together again, getting ready to mount out again. In the background you'll see the company commander's Jeep. Now this individual is a local that would help us haul our ammunition and other material that we needed to keep the war effort going. Down to the right of the picture you'll see 81 mortar shells still in the case. You just have to strip off that yellow band and slip the mortar round out and then put the increments on it. Increments are a compressed powder used to propel the mortar shell. And the boxes on the right are evidently 81 mortar short rounds. This is our 81 Mortar Staff. Lower left corner is Sergeant Stewart again. The individual in the center on top is Lieutenant Youngblood. The other ones I don't recall by name. And in the background you'll see on the left side of the picture is a garbage fire smoldering away, getting ready for another mount out, cleaning up the garbage. This is yours truly again in a staging area, cleaning up for another mount out. Now this is Kim Young Kway again, the young Korean refuge or orphan, and he lived with us for quite some time. And you see he's even adopted our uniform. He's wearing a Marine Corps hat and a Marine Corps emblem on it. And they evidently just got done with the laundry. It's hanging there on the right hand side. This is Sergeant John Warner. He was our forward observer for the 81s. He would go up forward with a rifle company and direct mortar fire wherever needed. And you'll see in the center of the background there's a guy sitting on the outside toilet with no sides on it again.